Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another live stream and welcome back to the home of the world champions. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Make sure you're smashing that like button. Subscribe if you're new around here. And as always, get involved in the chat. And as always, we have got a packed show going through Joao Felix's move to Al-Nassr. That came out of nowhere late last night, now done this morning. Felix will be moving to the Saudi Pro League for 50 million euros. I'm going to dive into that. Chelsea prepared to pay £44 million for Jorrel Hato. Ajax playing hardball and want 52 million. We've got the latest on that. Chelsea have broadly got terms in place with Xavi Simons, but deal is at the final negotiations with RB Leipzig. We've also got updates on Nicholas Jackson and Romano saying to keep a close eye on him. Several clubs trying to understand the situation. And also Al-Nassr and Cristiano Ronaldo telling Al-Nassr they want them to sign Marc Cucurella. Cristiano, calmer. You're not let's not be silly now. You've got Felix. You know, relax. You know, if you want someone else, you don't need Cucurella. We've got Benjamin Chilwell for you. Very good price. Come on through, brother. But before I say hello to all you lovely people, a quick reminder as always, make sure you check out Jersey's FC Soccer Shop. Link is in the description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. Make sure you're looking fresh for the upcoming season throughout the summer in the Chelsea home kit, away kit, or the third kit when it drops. Great quality, affordable prices, names, numbers, patches, whatever you want on the back and on the sleeves. Make sure you check it out. Jersey's FC Soccer Shop, link in the description. Use code BLUEBROTHER for 20% off. Now, enough about that. Let's say hello and let's see what you lot are saying before we get into proceedings. We need to act fast for Simons. Bayern are a threat. I don't think Bayern are a threat, to be honest. Yeah, bro, Ronaldo isn't a madness. He does what he wants. He runs things there. Bro, he's absolutely not. No, we're not going to walk away from the Hato deal. We'll reach an agreement. We will reach an agreement. We're definitely not going to walk away like we're Craig David, because who's the alternative? We aren't going to. We'll meet in the middle somewhere. Maybe it'll go to 45, 46. You know, with add-ons. It is a lot of money, but if it's a total package, then again, like with all transfers, it depends how much of this is up front and how much is add-ons, because the 52 million won't be up front. So if Chelsea are prepared to pay 44, that probably means maybe 40 up front with 4 add-ons. Maybe you might have to go to, 42, 43 up front with maybe 4 or 5 add-ons. Meet somewhere in the middle or something. Yeah, we have, and it makes a big difference from last summer. Yes, hope everyone is enjoying their Sunday as well. I'd rather we secure Xavi before Hato. I don't really care. Let's just get both these deals done. I mean, Hincapi's not been linked with anyone this summer. Not been linked with anyone. Yet Hato not in the squad for Ajax tonight. Again, the Hato deal will happen, yes. Yeah, Ronaldo, we got Renato Vega as well. We've got Ben Chilwell, as I said. So we'll see. Yes, bro, all good. Great. Let's end on a high with Simons, Hato, and a new goalkeeper. Yeah, we have to see. Hato and Simons, I'm confident about. New goalkeeper, not as confident about it. Bro, I wouldn't be. You must be in a minority of one who's gutted that Felix has gone. It was a complete waste of every single person's time. Yeah, we got what we wanted. We virtually got our money back and more for him after a terrible 12 months. And yeah, we can move on and put the whole saga behind us. No, basically, Chelsea wanted €40 million package for Vega. Atletico Madrid then went for David Hanko at Feyenoord instead because he was cheaper. And that's that. Yes, big up, bro, big up. Did you see Benson got the old Benson, did he? I didn't see that. No. I agree. We discussed this yesterday. I absolutely agree on that point as well. Yeah, there was some report in Italy saying that Inter Milan sporting director made an inquiry for Andre Santos. I don't think that inquiry went particularly far, if we're being totally honest. No, absolutely no chance. Absolutely no chance at all. Isak is only ever going to be Liverpool. It was only Liverpool. It was always Liverpool. No one else is coming in. He doesn't want Saudi Arabia. Chelsea aren't going in for Isak. There is absolutely zero chance of Isak. No, because Morgan Rogers is not a number 9. I don't know how many times I need to explain this, chat. It makes zero sense. Why would you get rid of a number 9 and then bring in a number 10 to play as a number 9? It's so illogical. So illogical, chat. Literally makes zero sense. Zero sense. Yeah, exactly. And we're not paying Isak's wages either. I think we have big news on Jorrel Hato tomorrow. Yeah, maybe. Yes, it's done. And that's a good segue into discussing this Felix thing, because that really appeared out of nowhere. Randy Orton RKO settings on that one literally come out of nowhere, because all the news was saying that, yeah, Benfica are in negotiations. Felix wants to return to Benfica. They're negotiating. Benfica were prepared to do a permanent deal. And then suddenly late last night, about 11 p.m. midnight European time, Fabrizio tweets out that Al-Nassr are suddenly in advanced talks for Felix. And then we get the here we go today. Felix has said yes to the project. Cristiano Ronaldo apparently was had a big say in the deal. Apparently he phoned Felix and spoke to him, convinced him of the project. And Al-Nassr have now agreed a deal to sign Joao Felix from Chelsea. Felix will fly for his medical and he will join Al-Nassr. The initial transfer fee is 30 million euros plus add-ons, but there's also a heavy sell-on clause to meet Chelsea's 50 million euro valuation in future. So I imagine that Chelsea's sell-on clause, that could be as much as 25%. It really could be. Felix, I think it's going to be a 2 or 3 year contract. And we know full well that Felix is not going to spend the rest of his career at Al-Nassr. So at some point down the line in the next 2 or 3 years, when he moves on and he goes somewhere else, we're in line for a nice windfall of cash. And I remember saying this, chat. I remember saying this at the time. Felix will end up in Turkey or Saudi Arabia as his next move. I said it towards the end of last season. I said it earlier this summer. People were saying, oh, no, that's not going to happen. He's too good. He's this, he's that, or whatever. Felix has ended up exactly where I expected him to end up. And the fact that we have been able to get back the amount of money we have for Felix, it's really quite incredible. It's really quite incredible. It really is. Honestly, I thought that we would get 25, 30 million pounds for Felix, or we'd get like a loan with an option to buy, or something along those lines. But actually, Saudi Arabia have come to the rescue again for us. And is that an inflated fee for Joao Felix? Look, obviously no teams in Europe were going to pay that. Of course they weren't. But it's not an outrageous price. It's not like they've come in and spent 60, 70 million on Felix. They've come in and they've dropped 50 million euros. That's not outrageous. Yeah, it's way more than we would have got from anyone else. But I think part of the reason where this hate comes from is because rival fans, these clubs don't want their players. These clubs don't want their players. That's the reality. But Joao Felix he is a myth. He is an absolute myth, because this is someone that cost over £100 million back when he was at Benfica. Yes, big up to the women getting back level in the game 1-1. Big up to them against Spain, arguably the best team in the world. So fair play to them on that one. Fair play to them. No, we won't. But bro, having good skills doesn't mean you're a good footballer, and doesn't mean that you can produce on the pitch. That's not how this works, unfortunately. That is not how this works. If you haven't noticed that. You know, that's not how it works, guys. 100% he is. And do you know what? Felix will probably go and do very well in the Saudi Pro League. But I don't want people to then start gassing him up and going, oh my God, look what Felix is doing. Oh, you know, he should be playing somewhere else or whatever. Felix's career has gone exactly to type, exactly to plan, exactly how anyone who knows about Joao Felix would have expected it to go. You know, he's just bouncing from club to club to club to club, and now he's in Saudi Arabia, and probably in a couple of years he'll be playing in Turkey. That'll be his next stage. Someone who, without doubt, has got loads of talent, loads of ability, but obviously doesn't have the mentality to make a success of himself. Literally hasn't got any better since he left Benfica as a youngster. Hasn't got any better since Atletico Madrid spent over £100 million to sign him, whenever it was 4 or 5 years ago. Yes, big up, big up. Yeah, not great off the ball. Bro, there's a reason he only started twice, because he's not good enough. We never wanted him in the first place. We literally signed him so that Conor Gallagher could be sold to Atletico Madrid. And we've now somehow got a get out of jail free card on him. You know, we've got a get out of jail free card on him. And unfortunately, you know, Felix is the reality, the idea of Felix is far greater than the reality of him. The reality of Felix is that he's nowhere near as good as what people think he is. His end product isn't good enough, and his output is poor as well. Bro, Maresca never wanted him. We all know why Felix was signed, and he wasn't signed for footballing reasons, and he wasn't signed for because we wanted him. He was signed for one reason and one reason only, and that was to get rid of Conor Gallagher. That's why we signed him. I'm not saying that Felix is a bad footballer. He's got talent. He's got loads of ability, but clearly something's not there. Mentality-wise, work rate wise, something's missing, because now it's Atletico Madrid, it's not happened. Barcelona, it's not happened. Chelsea twice, it's not happened. AC Milan, it's not happened. This is 4 massive clubs that he's been at, and it's not worked out at any of them. And now he's going off to his 5th club of his career, and this is and this is where we're at, chat. This is where we are at right now with Joao Felix. You know, he's just not good enough. And the fact that we're getting this money for him is incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, bro, I'm not sure who's saying that. I don't know who's saying that. It hasn't worked out for him. Simply hasn't worked out for him. And to be honest, it was never going to work out for him, in my opinion. This transfer went exactly as I expected it to go. And we've got to be thankful that we've been handed a get-out-of-jail card from Al-Nassr and the Saudi Pro League. And Jorge Mendes being... and George Mendes helping us out there as well. So yeah, it is what it is. But Felix is now gone, and that is kind of, I guess that's sort of surprise of the summer for me. Surprise of the summer, getting that much money for Felix. I knew there'd be some interest from Saudi Arabia, but I was almost certain this guy wouldn't want to go to Saudi and he'd be dead set on a return to Benfica. But yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo has played a big role in that, chap. A big role in that, because Romano reporting that Joao Felix to Benfica was very close, but Cristiano Ronaldo called him and he said yes to Al-Nassr. To be fair, chat, I'll tell you what. If Cristiano Ronaldo calls you, you're gone. It doesn't matter what it is. Cristiano Ronaldo rings you up and he's like, right, come and join me. I mean, are you saying no to that? Are you saying no to that? No chance you're saying no to that. You are all over that. You are straight there. Straight there. Yeah, bro, Simons is way better than Felix. Agreed. I don't think we're getting anyone else from Brighton this summer. Definitely not. Yes, big up, brother. Big up. Look, I don't think they'll look at it that way. They've got a player who, in theory, should do very well in that league. Should do very well. Yeah, bro, we'll move on to that. Bro, he's been at Chelsea twice now. The loan spell under Graham Potter where he did nothing. And then he played 12 times in the Premier League for us last season, scored 1 goal, and looks good in a couple of games that he started against Leicester and Ipswich. The guy wasn't good enough. It's as simple as that. And there's such a long catalogue of evidence now that supports that this guy isn't it. Not it, chap. Not it. I don't know if that's true or not. I've got absolutely no idea. I mean, I do follow the Saudi football quite closely, but I've got really, I don't think there's anything out there stating the national team together as well. Yes. I don't know. It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell on the internet whether someone's being sarcastic, whether someone's being serious. I don't know if this is serious or not. I'm going to presume it's not, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. This is why the internet's dangerous, people, because you actually don't know whether someone's being sarcastic and taking the piss or whether they're actually being genuinely serious. I would imagine they're taking the piss here, but you can never be sure. He's not the best, but if you're saying to me, is Donnarumma a better goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez? Would I rather have Donnarumma or Robert Sanchez in goal? If that's the question you're asking me, I'm having Donnarumma in goal every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So, yeah. That's a good question. Look, last summer I would have definitely taken Duran last summer. I know hindsight's a great thing, but I would have taken Duran last summer. But again, he very much looks like a Balotelli Mark II. The guy's already played in Saudi Arabia, already been to Turkey, and he's like 21, 22 years of age. So as it goes, the lap probably, hopefully, is going to work out to be the best one. You know, and I'm hoping he'll be good next season. That's not going to happen. Yeah, bro, I do as well. You know, no hard feelings at all. We knew why he was signed. It didn't work out. And look, I hope that he does do well at Al-Nassr. You know, when I next go out to Riyadh, I will go and watch an Al-Nassr game. And and I'm sure he'll do. I'm sure he'll do very well. I'm probably even go and see him. You know. Yeah, he could well have been. Yeah, bro, the plan is definitely for Penders. Chelsea definitely view Penders as the long-term number one. There's no doubt in my mind about that. They definitely view Penders as long-term number one. It just depends. Do they think he's going to be ready in one season? I suspect he needs 2 seasons on loan in Europe, in one of Europe's top 5 leagues. If it was down to me, I'd be having Penders at Strasbourg for 2 years. But again, it depends how this season goes, of course. But yeah, Chelsea getting back 50 million euros is mental. Absolutely mental. I can't believe it. I honestly can't believe it, chap. I really can't. So fair play on that. I mean, why it didn't work out for Felix at Chelsea, I just don't know if he's the right fit for the Premier League. I don't know if he's the right fit for the Premier League. But what's mental is we signed him for 45 million, loaned him to Milan for 5 million, and then sold him for 48 million. So we've actually made money on it. Made money on it, chap. And realistically, chap, given how Joao Felix's career has worked out and the path that it's been on, he should be worth nowhere near the money that we've got for him. That's why the transfer market and the transfer window is so mad at times. Because in what world, given the trajectory that Joao Felix's career has been on, is he worth the money that we're going to get for him? We're simply not. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If you mean the World Cup next summer, then I don't think so. But let's see. Let's see. Maybe, but yeah, right now, I think very unlikely, chap. Very unlikely. No, definitely true. That's happening. Yeah, Hato does want it. Thing is, though, when you're that young, 19, 20, you need to be playing. You know, how many teenage goalkeepers are number 2s? I don't think many. I don't think many. I think he'll do pretty well. I think he'll do pretty well. But look, in terms of outgoings, chat, you know, that's what I've maintained. I've never been that fussed about outgoings because Madueke, 52 million. Kepa, 5 million. Petrovic, 25 million. And now Joao Felix, 48 million pounds. Mental. Absolutely mental. So yeah, that's done and dusted. Joao Felix is no longer a Chelsea player. We no longer have to discuss him. We no longer have to have disagreements about, oh, is he good? Is he not good? He's gone. Done, dusted, off to the Saudi Pro League. Going to play with Cristiano Ronaldo at Al-Nassr. And I'm sure he'll do very well. And I wish he does do well. I wish him well. But sticking with the Saudi Pro League. Reports coming out of Spain from Marca. Now, again, I don't know how reliable or accurate this is, but Cristiano Ronaldo wants Al-Nassr to sign Marc Cucurella. Bro, I want a lot of things. I want to be a millionaire. I want to, I want to go and do loads of things, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Cristiano Ronaldo can want Marc Cucurella all he wants. The only way this happens, right, is if Cucurella wants to leave, which I don't get the impression at all that he wants to leave, and if Chelsea get a ridiculous offer. And no joke, it would have to be 80, 90, 100 million pounds. Legit. It would have to be. And Cucurella is not for sale. Cucurella is not for sale. What are the replies? What are the replies? I mean, look, if you got if £100 million offer came in for Cucurella, this is purely hypothetical, chat. But if £100 million offer came in for Cucurella, are you selling him? Yes or no, chat? By the way, guys, over 220 in the building. Keep smashing that like button. We're 15 away from 100 likes. Run this up to 100 likes and subscribe if you are new round here. We greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it, chat. So run it up. Run it up. And keep subscribing if you're new as well. But yeah, let's get this over 100 likes. Keep it stepping, chat. Keep it stepping. Certain fans are selling, yeah, mental. That's mental. I'd need it to be 120 million at least. Yeah, exactly. It would need to be more than that. But yeah, obviously, yeah, the Saudi Pro League sides are ambitious. They want to sign the best players, but yeah, no way are Al-Nassr getting Marc Cucurella. I would be absolutely stunned, and I mean stunned, chat. If this happened, I would be stunned. Do you remember that story we had? Was it this summer or was it last summer? Maybe it was last summer, or it could have been earlier this summer. I don't know. Remember we had that story when Al-Nassr had Moises Caicedo as one of their targets. Do you remember when that story come out? I think it was a story from Matt Law in the Telegraph. Do you remember when that story come out? We were going to have that Al-Nassr were targeting Moises Caicedo. This feels like another one of those stories. Under no circumstances is Cucurella going to Al-Nassr. Not a chance at all. I wouldn't say so. I mean, it could be a possibility, but I wouldn't look at it as a major opportunity. I mean, look, Al-Nassr, if you want a left back, we've got a good left back for you. Champions League winner, England international, Mr. Benjamin Chilwell. Can we interest you in Mr. Benjamin Chilwell? No, you're not going to. You can't have Cucurella. Bro, do you know what? I can hear where you're coming from on that. I'll have a look. I can hear where you're coming from because Cucurella is 27 now. He'll be 28 next summer. I'm sure he'll have an exceptional season again next season. But I do get what you're thinking of. What you're saying is that it's coming. It shouldn't be like this, but it'll be coming into that age range where Chelsea might consider potentially moving him on and bringing someone younger in. That's potentially where we are. Yeah, we'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a look. No. They went for David Hanko instead from Feyenoord because he was cheaper. And actually, David Hanko was meant to go to Al-Nassr, and then that fell through as well. Yeah, I think it will do. Yeah, give it time. I genuinely think it will do. Genuinely believe that it will get there. Bro, I don't really know anything about Jesse Derry, but I would fully expect him to go on loan next season. I think he's reportedly, he's too good to be playing age group football. I think he'll be loaned out next season. But yeah, just thought we'd cover that chat because it's quite an amusing one. Quite an amusing one. Right, let's move away from the Saudi Pro League. Let's talk about Jorrel Hato because there's been updates on him. So firstly, from Sky Sports chat. And again, by the way, this was from earlier today. Subsequently, Jorrel Hato is asked to be left out of the Ajax squad for their game against Como tonight. But according to Kaveh Solokol at Sky, Chelsea are ready to pay 44 million for Hato, but Ajax are holding out for around 52 million. Ajax are holding out for around 52 million. Which I think is quite a lot. But if it was a total package, it's a different conversation, really, if it's a total package. I mean, I think we can meet in the middle somewhere, 47, 48 million, maybe. I know that seems quite a lot. Well, I mean, naturally, Hato will be the long-term replacement for Cucurella. You've got to think long-term in football, Yes, Cucurella's still got plenty of years at the top level left, and hopefully we see the best of him for those years. But you've got to have succession planning, and signing Hato, yes, he'll initially provide competition and be backup, but that'll be with a view to him eventually taking over from Cucurella. No, we won't pull out of this deal. I'm convinced that we won't pull out of this deal. I think there's. Yeah, personally, for me, I think there's next to no chance we pull out of this deal. I don't see that, chap. I really don't see that personally. So we had that. So Ajax want 52. Chelsea are prepared to pay 44 million. And then there's been a few more updates. So this one here. Jorrel Hato has indicated that due to a possible transfer to Chelsea, he prefers not to play for Ajax. Negotiations are currently proceeding slowly. So there's obviously a bit of a hold-up here, not on the player side, not on personal terms, but with club-to-club agreement. That is where the hold-up is right now. Club-to-club agreement is it's not all there. It's not there right now. I mean, look, this can't be that difficult to agree. This surely can't be that difficult to agree. No, definitely not. I think Monday or Tuesday next week, we can get a Simmons. Here we go. Yeah, I think Monday or Tuesday next week, we can get that. Yeah, Luis Diaz to Bayern, big transfer. Hato can overlap as well. Hato can overlap. Yeah, bro, this will happen. Exactly. Succession planning is key. Samuel Smith wants to join Strasbourg. I wonder if there's a hold-up in the negotiations because Ajax do want Samuel Smith. I mean, I'm speculating here. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to be the case or not. But I think what we'll do is we'll do that, but we'll do it to Strasbourg instead because it's much easier when you're negotiating with yourself to get these sorts of deals in place. Much, much easier when you negotiate with yourself. That much is abundantly clear. No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does. Vega's going to go anyway, so it makes no difference whether you do this deal before or after Vega has left the football club. Bro, we are keeping Cucurella. We are. I'm just saying, down the line, in a few years' time, when Cucurella has probably been moved on when he's like 30 or 31 or whatever, Hato will be 23, 24 and ready to then be the first choice left back for Chelsea for many years to come. That's the point. That's the point that I'm making. I think more than 50 million is steep. If you can keep it under 50 million pounds, then I think that's a pretty good deal, a pretty fair deal. If you can keep it under the 50 million. There is no latest, just interest from Fulham right now. I agree. No, I accuse us of not being serious because we refused to upgrade the goalkeeping position, and that's not the move of a big club. However, we've gone on, we've won the Club World Cup, and we've done some good business, and that's great. But I stand by what I said at the time, is that if we were really serious, then we would have upgraded that goalkeeper position. We still might, by the way, and things can change. Things can change. They'll both be sold. They'll both be sold. They will both be sold and they'll both be moved on. Very, very simple, chat. Very, very simple. By the way, keep smashing those likes. 111 with 250 in the building. That needs to be moved up, and it needs to be moved up fast, guys. Let's get this up to 150 likes. No, they're easier to offload because the base wage is low. That's why we don't have an issue moving these players on, because the base wage is low, which is good. Low base wage is massively helping us out here. There isn't one. There isn't one. To be honest, that's one I've kind of forgotten about a little bit. There's literally nothing on Ugochukwu. Absolutely nothing, chat. On Ugochukwu. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Which is mad. Absolutely nothing on Ugochukwu at all. So that's going to be an interesting one. No, Ajax don't want Carney and Nkunku. Considering Hato plays left back and Achimpong doesn't, that's a very interesting observation there, considering they play totally different positions. Yeah, of course it is. But we all know, and I've said many times, Sanchez had a good Club World Cup. He played very well in the final. However, you need to have a better goalkeeper than Robert Sanchez to win Premier Leagues, to win Champions Leagues. You just do. So I presume that if we sign Mignan or Donnarumma this summer, that are you going to complain about that, or are you going to accept that we do need a better goalkeeper? Because that's the realities. I think there's very few Chelsea fans, despite Robert Sanchez's form, which he's been praised for, that are happy to go into next season with Sanchez as number one. I don't know. I don't know, and that's what's going to be the really interesting thing, chat. Is is how much better we do. Um, Bro, I don't think Sterling's going to go to Palace, but we'll see. Oh yeah, absolutely. Some poor recruitment's been bailed out. Felix definitely poor recruitment that's been bailed out, but Mendy wasn't poor recruitment. But yeah, maybe we were bailed out there. Who else have we sold to the Pro League? Koulibaly. I don't think Koulibaly was poor recruitment. I just think that we signed him probably a year or two too late. That's been it. Literally, we've sold Koulibaly, Angelo, and Mendy. Koulibaly, Angelo, Mendy, now Felix. Those are the four that I think have gone to the Saudi Pro League. And none of those guys have gone for ridiculous prices. Um, yeah, I agree. I agree on that one. But then again, I still don't think Koulibaly was poor business because I felt at the time it was a very good deal. The only thing looking back now is because Koulibaly was constantly linked for year on year on year with a move away from Napoli. And in the year we finally get him, it's a decent price, but it probably was a bit too late. Probably was a bit too late. Yes, big up, bro. Hope you're well. Texas Blue, big up, brother. Appreciate your kind words and your support. Thank you, bro. Means a lot. Means a lot. Thank you, brother. Yes, big up to all the Chelsea fans out in sunny Jamaica. Um, um, yeah, of course. Yeah, there have been some poor signings. There's no escaping the fact, chat. And I'm not trying to get away from this in any way whatsoever. That there have been some poor signings, and we have been lucky to be bailed out on certain occasions. And sometimes, we are basically covering ourselves off from poor business with some of the sales that we're doing. Yes, big up, big up. So yeah, look, Hato, he wants to move to Chelsea, and we're just waiting. We're basically just waiting for them to get the deal done. We're basically just waiting for them to get the job done. And it is just the final club to club negotiations on fee. That's what we're waiting for, the fee. Um, um, Yes, big up, brother. Big up, big up. Big up to all the Chelsea fans out in India as well. Big up to you all. I would say so, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The rest will take care of itself. The rest will take care of itself. Once that's out there, once that's done and dusted, the rest will 100% take care of itself, chat. I've got no issues on that one at all. No issues on that one at all. No issues whatsoever. This will happen. The most important thing is that the players are bought in and the players want to come. Yes, big up in Jamaica. Big up. He can, but he's predominantly a left back. It'll be a massive problem. Look, it's nothing's ever a certainty in football. Nothing's ever a certainty in football, but yeah, it would be pretty tough. It would be pretty tough, chat. I definitely can't lie about that. It'll be pretty tough. But yeah, Hato, bro, Felix is gone now. Felix is gone. Bro, we absolutely don't. We need Hato more than we need Xavi Simons. We're desperate for a backup at left back. Agreed? No, I don't think so. Yeah, Wesley from Flamengo to Roma, the right back. Bro, Simons is not going to win us the Premier League either. A squad wins you the Premier League, and we need a backup for Cucurella. You can't have one fucking left back in the squad. One left back in the squad. I mean, are we pricks? Bro, squad depth. Squad depth is absolutely vital. Absolutely vital, guys. Come on. Absolutely vital. So what are we doing here? What are we doing here, chat? England versus Spain, extra time. Women's Euros has gone 2 extra time. It's been 1-1 after normal time. 3. The Xavi Simons and Jorrel Hato, which I think will both get done, and a goalkeeper. That for me is then squad complete, and then you think about making a title charge. Then you think about that. But yeah, that for me, chat. Get those 3 in, and then we're good to go. Yeah, I suspect so. Yeah, but again, it'll be done on players going out. You know, it'll be done on the sort of a 1 in, 1 out basis, I'd imagine. No, evidently not. Evidently, the idea of squad depth is still going over some people's heads, chat. It's still going over some people's heads, the idea of squad depth, which is always interesting, guys. Always interesting. Chat, we're 10 likes away from 150. Let's get this up to 200. Keep smashing that like button. And yeah, mods, let me know in the chat when we have reached that 200 likes target. 200 likes target, chat. Let me know when we're there. And keep subscribing if you're new. We are working hard to get towards the road to 20K. We are working hard, chat. Keep smashing that subscribe button. Every new subscriber helps. But we are on the road to 20K, guys. On the road to 20K. I just don't know. I don't know. But if PSG complete the signing of Lucas Chevalier from Lille, That is a number one goalkeeper signing, and they will sell Donnarumma. Now, where Donnarumma will go, I'll be honest. Again, Donnarumma's another one for me. If he doesn't go to the Premier League, I could see him at Galatasaray or Saudi Arabia. I really could. I really could see him at Galatasaray or Saudi if he doesn't go to the Premier League. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because we didn't need him at the time. Because we had Chilwell, we had Cucurella. Yeah, that's why. Because we didn't need him. That is why, chat. Yeah, I think there's a strong chance Donnarumma does leave. Xavi Simons, we're going to get onto that. Yildiz is not coming to Chelsea. That's all we need to know. I don't know. He's got a year left on his contract. I don't really know what a price would be for Donnarumma. I mean, Man United haven't got the money. United haven't got the money to do that. But yeah, that's the latest on Jorrel Hato, chat. Is that he is not in this Ajax squad for their pre-season game against Como tonight. He's told them he doesn't want to play because of a move to Chelsea. And yeah, we're just working on agreeing a fee with Ajax. There's no danger of this falling through, in my opinion. There's no danger of this deal being hijacked or anything along those lines, chat. Anything along those lines. You know, it's mad. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But let's get to the Xavi Simons stuff then, because we've had a small update on Xavi Simons today from Ben Jacobs. Chelsea advancing talks with Xavi Simons. Terms now broadly in place. That's with Xavi and his camp. Club-to-club talks are ongoing. Chelsea expected to place a first formal offer soon after verbal discussions. I mean, I don't know how you have a non-verbal discussion, but there we go. After verbal discussions over numbers, talks described as positive. Arsenal and Bayern are monitoring the situation. No bids yet. So really, any new updates on Xavi Simons are very much just recycling sort of the same news that has been doing the rounds for the last few weeks. For the last couple of days, For the last couple of days. That's kind of what's happening here. Yeah. That's where we are. And Xavi Simons is going to be a great signing for us. We've just got to be patient. Now, is there a small part of me that might think, oh, could this get hijacked? I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't see it get it hijacked because Simons wants Chelsea. It's not like, okay, I'll be okay with joining Chelsea, but you know, if something else comes in, then I'd be open to moving. That's not the case. That's not the case. Look, a hijack could always happen, but when the player is so convinced on the move, I don't think there's not a hijack situation to be worrying about, chat. There's not a hijack situation to be worrying about with the move this close, chat. You know, with him, you know, having agreed terms and all that stuff. Bro, he signed 2 duds from Leipzig, and Kunku and Werner. You know, I don't. That doesn't mean that every player from Leipzig is bad. Yeah, exactly. Unless it's a Real Madrid or a Barcelona, I think you've got a pretty good chance. You've got a pretty good chance. Oh no, if Arsenal come in, he's not changing his mind at all. Bro, Jackson leaving has got nothing to do with signing Hato or Simons. It's got absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, that Hato deal will be completed. The Hato deal is not complex at all. It's literally just about agreeing a fee with Ajax. So it's literally settling on how much up front, how much of it's going to be in add-ons. You know, I don't think we need to be we don't need to be worrying about this. We don't need to be worrying about this. We're just trying to get the best deal we possibly can. That's all we're doing here, chat. Trying to get the best deal we possibly can, and I don't see any issue with that at all. I don't see any issue with that at all. No issue at all. Yeah, bro, Felix is going. Felix gone. Madueke gone. Kepa gone. Petrovic gone. We're going to work on Vega. We're going to work on Sterling, Chilwell, Nkunku. Plenty's going to, yeah, just relax on the outgoings. They're going to happen. You know, those things are going to happen, chat. No issues for me. No issues for me. Yeah, that one's going to take a bit longer. That one's definitely going to take a bit longer. There's no denying that. That one will 100% take a bit longer, purely because, yeah, there's probably a few more moving parts in that deal. There's a few more moving parts in that deal. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, I think I'm confident we'll still get rid of enough players that we need to. Still very confident we can get rid of enough players. Very, very confident, chat. No, Nkunku not staying. Again, KDH is only if he wants to go and if Chelsea get more than 30 million. And I don't think either of those two things are likely to happen. Personally, I don't think any of those two things are likely to happen. Chat. Just my personal opinion. Only if they get a decent offer and if he wants to go. These are the realities that we're dealing with here. These are the facts at play, chat. These are the facts at play. But look, we're not in a rush to sell players. We're definitely not in a rush. I don't know. I'm not sure. To me, it sounds like the Simons deal is a bit closer. It sounds like the Simons deal is closer. So yeah, maybe maybe that one. Maybe that one's going to come first. Maybe that one's going to come first. Yep. Yeah, of course they will. Yeah. Players like George and KDH. Yeah, I think so as well. I think there'll be certain players like Dewsbury Halls, like Tyreek Georges, Acheampong, Sterlings, Chilwells, etc. That will be decided a lot later in the window. That those sorts of things will be decided much later in the window. Much later. Much later, chat. Chat, we're 40 likes away from 200. Still over 200 in the building. Keep smashing the like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. Would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, run that up, chat. Run that up. Got on a starting against what? I don't know. It sounds like, I don't know. It sounds like the Simons deal could be closer. Well, that's what ESPN in Holland were reporting. That's not been reported anywhere else, but that's what was reported from ESPN in Holland. So, I mean, make of that what you will. Make of that what you will, chat. Make of it what you will. Whether it did or didn't happen, it's clear that Ajax want more money than we're currently prepared to offer. I think that's fair to say that is the current situation, though. Would that be fair to say, chat? I think it would be fair to say that. I think it would be fair to say that. Yeah, bro, is still here. He's another one that's going to be sold. I don't think that's necessarily the case, but I think it could be moving towards that way. But yeah, just waiting for Ornstein and Fabrizio to do their thing on that one. But yeah, I would say I think we're looking at tomorrow. I think we're looking at tomorrow or Tuesday. I'd be very surprised if we didn't have at least one. Here we go on Monday or Tuesday. I'd be very surprised if we didn't. That's what I'm saying. Look, no one knows. But if it's not next week, then something's going wrong. If it's not next week, chat, then something's definitely going wrong if Simons is not through the door next week. That would be a very strange one. If Simons wasn't through the door at all next week, if neither of these deals were done next week, that would be a strange. I would be a bit concerned. I would be a bit concerned on that front. I can't lie, chat. Yeah, of course, there's ups and downs in a transfer window. I've got no idea. I don't think clubs. I mean, do clubs really care about that sort of thing? Is that something clubs would care about, chat? Maybe. Oh yeah, 100%. Of course he is. Of course he's getting in the first team. I mean, what do you think that he's been? What do you think that he's been signed for? He's 100% getting in that first team. No doubt about it. No update on Tyreek George. Expectation is he could go on loan, and that probably won't happen until later in the window. Probably won't happen until later in the window. So that's where we're at. And chat, just a bit more on Joao Felix. Again, that's going to go late in the window. Talking of deals moving quickly, though, Joao Felix has already arrived at Al-Nassr's training camp in Austria. Sorry, there he is already. That deal's moved so quickly from 11 p.m. last night, where we got Al-Nassr being in advanced talks, to what, 7 p.m., 8 p.m. He's done and he's there. He's there. Felix is there at Al-Nassr's pre-season camp in Austria, doing his medical to be announced as an Al-Nassr player. So already he's there. Which is yeah, that's quick movements. That is quick movements. Yes. You know. We're almost there, chat. We are almost at that 200 likes mark. We're about 30 away, and we're definitely getting there. Yeah, bro, the Ronaldo influence is big. But it probably also helps that he's going to be paid a lot of money. But I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Joao Felix does in the Saudi Pro League next season. I'm very much looking forward to that, because this, again, as I said earlier, this is a league that he should be doing well in. This is a league that he shouldn't have any problems in. So yeah, let's wait and see. But yeah, that should be formally announced pretty quickly. Yes, hopefully, bro. Hopefully. We're about we're just over 440 away from the 18K. It's not many. So yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. I mean, I'd love to get it by the end of the month, but that's very ambitious. But we aim high. But yeah, certainly by the start of the season, we should be on 18K. Absolutely, we should be. So yeah, as CFC Gamers said, subscribe, share, do what you need to do. No, I don't think that is true. There's one report in Spain saying that Ronaldo wants Al-Nassr to sign Cucurella. Not seen it verified anywhere else. You would think so. That if he doesn't, there's a major issue. If he doesn't, then there is a major issue on that front. It would be mental if he didn't. Yeah, maybe tonight, or it'll be announced tomorrow. It'll be announced tomorrow. 100%. Bro, he will be picked because Laporte was picked for squads when he at Al-Nassr. You know, Laporte was picked for squads at Al-Nassr. No, I don't think so. I don't see it. No, I think he'll be sent out on loan somewhere. That's my opinion. But yeah, there's nothing suggesting that Jesse Derry is going to be a part of the first team squad next season. There's no suggestions that'll be the case. No suggestions at all, chat, that'll be the case. Yeah, exactly. Look, I think for me, I think we know at some point Enzo Fernandez will play for Real Madrid. But I wouldn't have thought in the next 2 or 3 years he would. No. Again, depends how many titles we win, how competitive the team is, and we can continue in this upward cycle. But yeah, I think for me, I think it's kind of obvious that Enzo Fernandez, at some stage in his career, he will play for Real Madrid. I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to say. I don't think it's a ridiculous thing to say at all. Yeah, bro, Enzo loves Chelsea. Enzo loves Chelsea. You know, that much is, you know, really, really clear, really obvious that he does love Chelsea, chap. He absolutely loves Chelsea. You know, no doubts about it in my mind. Yeah, bro, I think this is a really good move, a really good double Dutch move. Really good, chap. Are you joking? That's a wild take. That's a wild take. Yeah, he absolutely is. He definitely is. But anyway, yeah, so Joao Felix has landed in Austria. He's at the pre-season camp with Al-Nassr. And yeah, we're just waiting for the medical to be done. And yeah, then we're then we'll get that official announcement. But yeah, it was just really it's just a waiting game at the moment. He can play a bit of centre back, but he's a left back. He is a left back. And that's where he should 100% be used. That is where he should 100% be used for us. Maybe at some points he might play a bit of centre back if required, but yeah, no, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. I don't see it at all. Yeah, bro, levels to this. Yeah, we're not a million miles away. We're not a million miles away. Bro, Enzo got 26 GA last season. I mean, if you've watched Enzo Fernandez last season and you're still asking the question, what does he do? That's a bit concerning. You know, if people cannot see what Enzo Fernandez brings to this team right now, then yeah, that's mad. That is mad, chat. Absolute madness. But what else is going on? Oh yeah, 100%. It's almost like they had an opinion, and then rather than just saying, do you know what, I got it wrong, or whatever, holding their hands up, people then are doubling down on it because they refuse to admit they're wrong. That's what we're at, basically. You know, that's it. So yeah. I never say never, but it will be solely dependent on people leaving. So I honestly think that will probably conclude most of our business. You know, once we get Hato and Simons in, I think maybe a goalkeeper potentially. Other than that, I don't see any other deals happening. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong. I could certainly be wrong. But yeah, I don't see it. So yeah, we'll see. We will see. I mean, let's check what else is popping off here, chat. Let's see what else there is. If we get a goalkeeper, yes. Yeah, look, it's certainly possible. It's certainly possible. It's certainly possible. There's no doubt about it. Bro, the silence from him, and we haven't really heard much from Neville either, but mainly Carragher. The silence from Carragher on Chelsea is deafening. Absolutely deafening. Nothing to say. Nothing to say at all. They've gone so quiet. So quiet, chat. So quiet. It's mental. Absolutely mental. Yeah, no, exactly. It's funny because they were the first ones to start moaning when we sold a few players to Saudi that it should be investigated, and then where are they now? Nowhere to be seen. Yeah, not a fan of Craig Burley, to be honest. I think he chats a lot of nonsense, and I mean a lot of nonsense. He's definitely one that chats a lot of nonsense. Chat, 13 likes away from 200. Let's keep it moving. We're heading in the right direction. We are edging ever closer, people. We are edging ever closer. So make sure you get it done. Make sure you get it done. Run this up to 200 likes. We're very close now. Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, Al-Nassr reportedly want Anthony as well. And they could be lining up with a Mane, Joao Felix, Anthony, Cristiano Ronaldo front four. Not bad, that. Not bad. Yeah, the Donnarumma one is interesting, chat. The Donnarumma one absolutely is of interest for sure. Very interesting. Yeah, LeBeuf, sometimes some good takes, most of the time not. The best people from ESPN are Gab Marcotti and Julien Laurent. They're definitely the best ones, in my opinion, on there. I mean, the rest of them, I don't really take their opinions too seriously. That's all I've got to say. That's all I've got to say about that, guys, is that I don't really tend to take those opinions too seriously. Nah, bro, he's not. I don't expect people to follow the Saudi Pro League closely, but the guy has won back-to-back golden boots. Back-to-back golden boots in the Pro League. He's been top scorer both years he's been there. So, he's not a weak link in attack at all. Yes, big up, big up. Yeah, to be fair, Shaka Hislop is all right as well. I don't watch loads of ESPN because it's obviously very much an American channel, and I obviously don't really have that in the UK. But any clips I see on YouTube or anything like that, yeah, that's where we are. Yes, big up, brother. No. You know, no, exactly that. Exactly that. Two totally different players. So yeah, again, you can't compare Enzo or Juan Mata. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous, chat. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Stevie Nicol is just, yeah, I mean, they're just from a different generation, aren't they? Just from a different generation. I mean, yeah, some of the stuff those guys come out with is just, I mean, it's just utter garbage. It really is. With the greatest of respect, it is just complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. But bro, how can we be out here? How can you criticize someone who was the top scorer in the league for the 2 years that he's been there? Like, every player misses chances. Every player misses chances. But if you think taking a top goal scorer out of a team is going to make them better, is mental. Or describing someone who's won back-to-back golden boots in their league as the weak link in the team is it's a bit of a strange one. That I can't lie. That is a little bit of a strange one in my opinion. Not really making an awful lot of sense. Yeah, bro. Gavin Jules, great. Lineker, rest of football's not bad either. The Gavin Jules show, great podcast. And yeah, the rest is football is decent as well. The rest is football isn't bad either. I also enjoy that. Chat, 5 likes away from 200. We're almost there now. We're touching the 200 mark. Let's get it done. Last 5. Yeah, bro, mad. I saw that clip doing around on socials and just sort of thinking, how are you paid for that opinion? Like, you're literally been paid for that opinion. It's mad. I mean, what are we doing here? Mental. Yeah, madness. Absolute madness. Bro, why are you worried for the young players in the academy? You know, if you're good enough, you'll play. If you're good enough, you'll play. It's that simple. But you know when Chelsea are back because everyone starts hating us, and that's when you know things are good. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, great show. So do I, because it means that we're back and it means that we're doing something right. Bro, imagine if we win a league or Champions League. The hate is like at this level right now. If we win a league or Champions League, yeah, Nedum is good as well. Nedum is good as well. Exactly that. Exactly that. Yeah, I got one T-shirt. Because I actually quite liked it. Obviously, it's why I bought it. I didn't buy it because I hate it. Yeah. No, this T-shirt because I liked it. Yeah, not heard of that, but I'm sure there are many channels out there where someone is talking shit about Chelsea. I'm sure there are many channels out there where it happens. But absolutely, bring on the haters. Bring on the haters. No, I don't really think I plan to do that either. But no, I haven't. But yeah, I'm not really sure it's a conversation that I would be open to having necessarily. I don't know. Should be soon. Should be soon. Oh, definitely in the next sort of 3 weeks or so. Definitely in the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'd imagine, because the season would have started by then. I mean, yeah, this is literally the best one we're waiting to come out. It must be in the next couple of weeks. Has to be within the next couple of weeks, chat. Has to be. Yeah, it's going to be that black one. I'm pretty sure those leaks from Footy Headlines, who are great with all the football kit stuff, that's when it's gonna be the one. Front of shirt sponsorship situation. We're in negotiations with loads of companies. Something will get done. Something will absolutely get done, chat. Yeah, that's on the shirt. That'll be on the shirt as well. That'll be on the shirt for the next 4 years. That'll be on the shirt for the next 4 years, chat. But yeah, let's have one final check through if there's any news to come in, chat. Doesn't look like it. No, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I think Qatar Airways or Emirates would be great. One of those two. But yeah, anyway, chat. Going to round this one out now. Big up to everyone that's tuned in tonight. Greatly appreciate all of your support. It means a lot. Don't you ever forget that. I'll be back again tomorrow with another show. Hopefully, we got some big news in regards to Xavi Simons and Jorrel Hato, but I'll be back tomorrow with more news. If there's anything major tonight, I'll be back, but I think it's unlikely. Thank you so much for the support. Please smash the likes on the way out. Please subscribe if you're new around here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I will catch you lot tomorrow. Up the Chelsea, and we're out. Peace.